Now, talking about validation, our entrepreneur today adds value to some of the crops that are grown into this country. Take a look at her story.
My name is Nakayenga Regina. I'm the Managing Director of Rena Beverage Solutions. Rena Beverage Solutions is an agro-processing company. We basically process hibiscus, rosemary, okra seed, and the wild palm seed, which is called pirivuma, into coffee. And the hibiscus, we process it into juice, powder for tea, assorted flowers, concentrate for immune boosting, and we also do hibiscus seed coffee. We started this business way back with the concept or an idea in 2010, and we registered the company in January 2012. We got our first UNBS certificate in 2014, and in 2016, with the support from private sector foundation, we upgraded to a Q mark, having tested our hibiscus juice, hibiscus tea, hibiscus concentrate, wine, among others. We basically started this company to address the issue of quality organic products in Uganda. We realized that there was a growing need and a growing class of people who are interested in drinking and eating organic, but the supply by that time was very limited. I was a lecturer at that time, and I thought I would also add onto the employment of the younger professionals from the university, giving them jobs here and there as the technical people and the managers or supervisors. I also wanted to give jobs to other people in the value chain. So we get our raw materials from groups of farmers whom we have trained to grow hibiscus in a quality manner. We have several groups of farmers. Some of them are in Tororo. For example, we have a big team led by Moses Omlo in Tororo. They really grow very good hibiscus for us. Others are in Chankwanzi, Palisa, Lila, Soroti. In this business, and I would say we have grown because, one, we set our goals. We have a strategic plan, we set goals, we have a budget, and we have staff. They have their job descriptions, tasks, and we monitor. We keep our records, which help us to track our expenditures, our materials which we have used, and then compute the profitability. We've achieved quite a lot, I would say, because starting the business like a hobby at 50,000 shillings, and we grow the business to a turnover of over 200,000, 200 million shillings around before COVID. I think that is quite a big achievement. We have grown our assets from a sphuria of 5 liters to a pasteurizing drum of about 400 liters, holding tanks, mixing tanks, machine for crushing hibiscus, packaging facilities, and many others. We have got UNBS certificates, we have got awards from UNBS for complying to best practices, UZIA, Uganda Small Scale Industries, WUMA, Uganda Women Entrepreneurs Association, you will. Getting support, real support for innovation, for real cause is a big challenge, and then electricity is a challenge. We want to make hibiscus really a household name. So that's why we have even a variety of products and even sizes of packaging. We are also soon putting on the market the hibiscus tea bag. Come October, it will be launched. We want to construct our factory, and we are sure by end of this year we shall have a factory put in place, and also to train more people in hibiscus.
Now, many farmers take agriculture as just a practice, not a business. Experts are telling us that if you to reap much out of this sector, you have to look at it as a business, and therefore look at it with a set of eyes of an entrepreneur. Take a look at this.
The moment farmers proceed without inculcating the enterprising spirit, there are a couple of things that will face them. Number one, they will not be able to produce competitively, and anything that is not competitive will not be bought. Number two, they will not be able to produce in terms of the quality that is desired by the customer. And the moment the quality is not in line with the expectations of the buyer, again, you lose out. So you need an enterprising spirit at the very beginning of the value chain, at the next step of the value chain, in the middle of the value chain, and right up to the end of the value chain. Short of which, anything in between there that portrays inefficiency, poor quality, and reliability will damage that particular product, and it could actually damage the entire sector, and worse, it could damage the image and the reputation of a country.
In our tech segment today, we're still exploring some of the latest technologies and innovations that a number of our creators based in Uganda have come up with.
I started a solution about now 6 years ago. The idea was to make transport much smarter, much more accessible, much more reliable, much more dependable, and much safer. And also the idea was to empower the operators, access to credit, new vehicles, but pretty much also have fintech built with it. But the difference between us and any other fintech is that we're not just building some sort of application. We're creating an experience. And we want you to have an experience that's better than you driving your own car. When you leave your home today, you sometimes use a boda, you might drive, and you might use a taxi. What we were developing was a multimodal integrated solution where you can, on the same service, you can have an end-to-end solution which can link you to a bike, to a car, and then to a van, a minivan, along the same route that can route you and give you the most cost-effective solution. And what is also peculiar about what we are doing is we are going into a phase now where we are recruiting and retraining the drivers to be better drivers, teaching them about safety, but also adapting to the COVID the new normal that we have. So our system is also delivering what is known as business-to-business services. So if you have a company, if you're a startup and you have a company, with us we can deliver, we can be your transport service. You don't have to buy cars, we'll give you the cars, we'll give you the transport at the convenience of your phone app, and you can have the experience of having a transport service in a company where we have smart cards. They operate on and off the network. It's a rechargeable card. We can recharge using mobile money. So it's purely cashless in its operation. You can recharge it using mobile. We're giving this out free when the time comes. And so recharging is easy, and also it can be synchronized to your mobile phone. So if your mobile phone is out of battery, if it's blacked out, don't worry, this will still be the same, and you can still use it. And then the interesting thing about this is it has two modes. One of them is fixed. You can pay, if you're going the same route, you can actually just have a fixed fare. But if you're the kind that keeps on stopping, this also has a function where we can make it distance-based. So you pay for only the times you're boarding. The other thing that we are doing with this system and service that we're developing is to have easier payment. So we have an immediate payment system that settles you instantly. As someone is boarding, your payment is you're seeing your payment, your money coming on. It's not a story. We are kind of disabling the need for people to shout on the road. Come on, chanting that. No, that's not necessary anymore. We're making it more elegant. So when you reach, we've programmed automatic announcing in the vehicles. We're doing this a lot on Gaza Road. Once you reach, it tells you you've now reached this place, you've now reached the next place.
Well, with that, we've come to the end of this week's edition of Man and Market. Thank you for being part of the show. However, we'd like to keep the conversation going. Pay us a visit on the addresses on your screen. Our YouTube channel has these and more stories. So we'd like to keep the discussion going, like we said, and keep sharing more about business. Until next time, have a good evening and God bless.